thing I love about WhatsApp is you build a real community. Niko na WhatsApp group nyingi sana ambazo zinanisaidia kumarisha biashara yangu. Niko na WhatsApp group ya wanadada ambao wanaendesha pikipiki. Kuna WhatsApp group sasa ya bodaboda wote wazima, inatuonyesha kwamba ile tu ya kutupatia alert. Labda area nyingine ni mbaya, sasa ukiwa kwa njia unajua mahali fulani kama town sitaenda juu ni kubaya. Niko na WhatsApp group nyingine pia yenye inanisaidia nikiingia mahali kama town, wakianza kuniharash na waambia hapana, mimi ni wa hii group yenu. Hii groups zimenisaidia, zimenisupport hata kufungua masikio. Na kaa kile masikio inaangalia huku na kule. Ni wapi kuna kazi unakimbilia? Ni wapi hakuna kazi unatulia? Ni wapi ni kubaya unaweza shikwa unahepa? Kama sasa hii nafanya na Uber, kuna group ya Uber. Tukiwa na malalamishi ya Uber, tunaweka hapo. Ukiwa na shida, hapo ndio tunapata announcement, hapo ndio tunapata updates yenye kitu inaendelea. Kwa WhatsApp group moja yenye mtu akigonjeka, mtu akiwa sasa ako unable kufanya biashara yake ya kawaida, juu hii biashara ni wewe lazima ndio ufanye, huwezi patia mtu akufanyie. Tukijua mwenzetu ako na shida, hawezi ingia kwa barabara, hawezi endesha pikipiki, kuna pesa tunamsanyia imsaidie, tunasanya ili msaidie venye atakula kwa nyumba, hata kama ni kwenda venye ataenda kwa hospitali, hata kama ni kusaidia watoto kwenda shule. Kuna wakati nilikuwa nimepata accident hii mkono hapa. Hiyo wakati sikuwa na earnings, lakini wenzangu walikuwa wananichangia kila siku venye nakula kwa nyumba na watoto. Nasema kama si wao, kama si kuingia kwa group, kama si kushikana umoja na wenzangu, sijui saa hii ningekuwa wapi.
I am in so many WhatsApp groups, largely farmer groups, and by posting what I have in these groups, I am able to reach an audience of over 2,000 people who are directly working in the onion business. This has helped me a lot to reach new buyers, to connect with more farmers, and also it has helped me reduce the cost of moving from place to place to drop my samples and waiting on feedback for the same. So some of these groups that I'm in are purely for women in business, some are for a mixture of the farmers, the buyers, the sellers, and others are just for general people who are in the agricultural space who are trying to make an income out of production and as well as offering agriculture as a service to many other people. If I need something that is outside what I do, I will just post it there. I am looking for somebody who can help me in designing a flyer. And then from the group, I will be given a referral by somebody who has worked with someone.
I utilize this group by posting my products. For instance, in church group for women, I post the bikinis and the bras. For PWD, I post shorts because wengi wanapenda kuvaa shorts. For Blue Bees, because it deals with blue economy, I post bikini, bras, crop tops, shorts, and they share to the other groups. Support that I receive from group one ni emotion support. In group ya church, hapo in case kama you have stress, you can share there. They will pray for you, they will pray with you, wataku encourage. They buy from me, from my product. Immediately nimepost, naona simu inaingia, ndio bora nimependa kitu nimepost kwa WhatsApp. And also learning, for instance, tax exemption group, which helped me update my tax exemption certificate and how to go through tax compliance.
An artist's life could be like lonely and isolating.
So having groups like this that just where you have like genuine, candid conversations about the craft and the business, it's very eye-opening and comforting to know that you are going through the challenges together and you're figuring out the solutions together as well. From planning an exhibition behind doors and seeing it coming to life and seeing all the pieces and the theme come together, yeah, that has been a beautiful experience.
When talking to different groups, nikihandle groups tofauti, lugha yangu inabadilika. Kwa mfano nikihandle group yetu ya wanawake, lugha yangu lazima iwe ile ya juu sasa ni marafiki, tunaelewana, shida tunapitia, tuko free, tuko open, tunashare kila kitu. Hiyo challenges tunapata nje, venye customers wana behave, tunashare, tunacheka. Lakini nikiongea na wanaume, lazima niwe carefulness kidogo, careful. Usiropokwe, usiseme kitu stahili kusema.
Understanding the dynamics of the group is really fundamental when doing business on WhatsApp. We have some groups that are a bit strict, with some that have less regulations. There are some WhatsApp groups that are very keen on what you're posting, the language you're using, the punctuation of what you're doing, and they use that to judge the authenticity of a product. When I'm in a group of friends who are business owners, the conversation is definitely very easy, the tone is light, there's a lot of encouragement, and I can also express my frustration in that group without hurting a customer or making a customer feel like I am doing them a favor to serve them. When I am dealing with customers or groups that have potential customers, my tone is more neutral and I'm able to communicate whether maybe a customer is agitated or the questions that they are asking or the feedback that they are giving, regardless of the mood that I am in or how I feel about it.
There's groups where it's strictly business. There's a group where no memes, just art business, no banter outside of art. Whereas there are groups where there's a lot more freedom. So it just depends on the group. A skill that is really necessary is for you to be able to figure out, is this like sarcasm? Is this humor? Is this a genuine inquiry? Especially in a group in WhatsApp, to be able to distinguish or like to figure out what someone is really trying to communicate.
Always admin shares the day to post our businesses. For the church group, it's always on Thursday. Thursday from in the morning, the whole day, Thursday. You can post your product there. You can post anything that you want to sell. I write in a professional way and respectful way because there are people, many people in that group. There are people who are old, wazee, kuna mayouth wako hapo, so yote naiweka in a respectful way. And kuna group ya church, group ya church hakuna jokes mingi. Ati jokes mingi za sherehe nini hakuna. Yo, unaongea kitu point, like kama ni word of God you share there.
My suppliers and customers on WhatsApp are both male and female. So interestingly, the people that we engage with are largely female. They are the ones who influence the decision on the crop to grow, when to grow it, who to get the supplies from. They are the ones who tend to do the market research on WhatsApp or other platforms. We have some of the groups that we have specifically curated for women who are in agriculture. This is because together as women, we are able to navigate not only running the businesses, but also some of the cultural issues that hinder us from doing onions or other agricultural businesses in a more successful way. Some of the challenges that I face as a woman or women face generally, we usually have a problem of quoting your services and having the audacity to ask for the right amount, if I may. This is even seen in other workplaces where women generally tend to be paid less for the same job that they do, with their counterpart male. In these WhatsApp, for example, for women groups, you're able to ask about pricing of a commodity, and the women in those groups will be very kind enough to share and tell you you can be able to price it from this range to this range. If it's a service, they tell you if you're coming out of your farm and going to another farm that is 50 kilometers away, you should be able to quote it per kilometer moved, or rather, if it's a day spent, you should say my daily rate is this and that. We are generally deemed not to have as much as financial burden and responsibilities as men. Well, to some women that may be true. To others, they are also breadwinners and they're also doing other projects with their own income. So just breaking that barrier and understanding that a woman, as long as we are in the marketplace or we are out there selling our products and services, we are all equal. We are equated by our level of knowledge and our level of expertise in these fields. There are some people who will take products from you and will not want to pay you simply because you're a woman. They have the tendency to think that we will not be as aggressive in following up the money as our counterpart men. So being in these groups, and you will find women telling you, if you find yourself in a debt situation, this is how you do it. There's a lawyer, there's this small court claims, this is how you go about it. I feel that community where you have bigger sisters helping the younger sisters in the space, in the business space, navigate that world really comes along.
Na hii sekta wanaume wako wengi sana kuliko wanadada. Sasa utapata mwanaume amekuharas, amekutukana, mwingine umekuwa na stress barabarani ukiendesha pikipiki. Sasa hiyo emotionally hauko sawa. Lakini ukipigia watu wenye wao group yetu ya wamama, watakuadvise, wanakuencourage, unapata umerudi sawa kiakili. Ya pili, for example, kuna mwenzangu alipeleka order mali kwa mtu mwenye alikuwa anashuku huyu mtu si hako sawa, si mtu straightforward, na ni usiku na kwa peke yake. Ilibidi tuite twende pale kama wanawake watatu wawili hivi. Hiyo pia ni njia moja sasa inampatia asiwe na hiyo stress nyingi, ama asiwe hata asichanganyikiwe.
There's a lot of fatigue that goes in building a business, especially emotionally. So just having and seeing women who are navigating this and then telling you how they have navigated it makes it easier for us to achieve our goals.